Thank you for viewing this recording about Blueprint Columbus and specifically the plans for the North Linden neighborhood. After viewing this presentation, once you've learned a little bit more about our plans, we'll also be asking you for feedback regarding some of the designs that we have prepared for the neighborhood. Just as a real quick reminder, the Department of Public Utilities is attempting to solve the issue of sewer overflows into our rivers and streams, and this is what Blueprint was developed for. The issue that we're having in our city is that because of our older infrastructure, rainwater is entering our sanitary system through cracks in our pipes, leaky joints, and things like that. And so a lot of rainwater is getting into a pipe system that was not designed to handle both rainwater and wastewater from houses. And so what's happening is this causes our sewers to overflow into our rivers and streams. And in some neighborhoods, it'll also cause your basement to back up several times per year. Additionally, another issue that we're trying to address is the fact that when it rains, especially during those really heavy rain, the water that rushes down the street and goes into our storm sewer system is picking up a lot of different pollutants such as dirt, oil, trash, chemicals from your lawn, etc. That water, once it enters our storm sewer system, goes straight out into our rivers, and so all of those pollutants that it is carrying with it also go straight out into the rivers without being filtered. So the solution that the Department of Public Utilities has identified is being called Blueprint Columbus. So rather than building larger pipes to handle all of this excess water that shouldn't be in our sanitary system, what we want to do is improve the existing infrastructure that we have, and then also add green infrastructure as a way to complement our sewer system. Essentially what we want to do is we want to seal off our sanitary system and control that storm water so that it's going to the right place that we can control. What this will entail is lining the pipes so that we seal up all of those cracks and ways for the water to get in. We're also going to be trying to get that water away from your home and the home's foundation. So we'll be looking at roof water redirection. Also, we are offering sump pumps to any homes that do not currently have one installed. The benefits of Blueprint Columbus are that, first of all, obviously, we're eliminating sewer overflows. We're improving our existing infrastructure for more long-term success, for more sustainable growth of our city. This will also obviously result in cleaner water and streams. Another benefit to the Blueprint project is that we're creating local jobs, and so we have local jobs for the contractors that are building this infrastructure, and then we're also going to be having long-term maintenance positions to maintain everything that we're putting in. This also strengthens our neighborhoods by creating green spaces as well as providing individual property improvements, which sometimes for certain homeowners can be quite significant and helpful in their maintenance of their overall property. So just as a reminder then, so the solutions to really kind of keep the rainwater out of our sanitary systems are that lateral lining, roof water redirection, and the sump pump. Just as a note, all residents in a Blueprint neighborhood will automatically receive lateral lining and downspout redirection, and all of this is provided at no direct cost to the individual homeowner. It's being funded entirely by the program. We also offer a free sump pump to homes that don't already have one, and if you're interested in that program, that is a voluntary program, you simply need to contact the Blueprint office and we will get you enrolled. The final solution here in order to kind of capture all of that water that we are now redirecting is green infrastructure, and that is what we really want to focus on today. Green infrastructure can include either rain gardens, which are gardens, as you can see here in the picture to the left, where rainwater is able to enter the garden and then slowly drains down to a pipe underneath that will carry it out to the rivers and the streams. Another type of green infrastructure is also porous pavement or pervious pavement. This operates the same way that a rain garden does, so the water, instead of just sitting on the top of the concrete or asphalt or what have you, this drains down and there's a pipe, once again, to carry that water out. What we're really trying to do is we're trying to make sure that trash and oil and other pollutants are not able to enter the stormwater system and therefore get carried out into the rivers and the streams. These are some images of some rain gardens that the Blueprint Project has recently installed in the Clintonville neighborhood, which was our first neighborhood that we implemented this in. The water filters through a lot of different levels. We include native Ohio plants in these. They require minimal maintenance, although the city is responsible for performing any maintenance on these gardens. And so what we're hoping is not only do these address the issue of sanitary sewer overflows and making sure that we're keeping pollution out of our rivers, but also that they become attractive amenities in a neighborhood. Another type of rain garden that Blueprint implements is called a bump out. So a bump out is a rain garden, so it functions the exact same way. However, in areas where there might not be as much space in between the sidewalk and the street, we may choose to extend that curb out in order to provide that space that we need for the garden. Here are some pictures of bump outs in various stages of construction in Clintonville. Bump outs are used in a lot of different ways. They don't always have a rain garden attached to them. A lot of times they're used to calm traffic. So by creating these bump outs out into the road, naturally cars will start to slow down as they need to navigate around them. Some of the types of designs that our designers have been looking at for the Linden neighborhood include these two. Now, obviously, these are not real pictures. The one on the left has been superseded onto a picture of an actual Linden neighborhood. The one on the right is simply a drawing. The design can really kind of vary, but essentially, a standard bump out is 7 feet wide. That is the same width as a parked car. And then we make them no more than 40 feet long, so approximately about the length of the two. They can have all different kinds of flowers in them. They can have curbs, and in some situations will either butt up against the sidewalk with a strip in between to make sure that nobody is kind of accidentally falling in them, or they would have a curb that would also kind of denote that this is a rain garden and make sure that we've got pedestrian safety. What you'll also see here on the image on the right is some delineators or these orange sticks that are popping up, and what those do is, especially in the wintertime, they make sure that the cars understand that there is something out here so that they can kind of move over accordingly. This picture is not representative of what those kind of markers would absolutely look like, but we did want to show that there would be something that would kind of be standing up that people could see. I'd also like to note that the plants that we choose for these rain gardens do not exceed 3 feet, and so if there were one plant next to your house, we wouldn't want to obstruct your view when you're backing out, and so we make sure that those plants meet a lower grow height so that there is safety for that and we're not blocking anybody's vision. This slide shows the 4 current planned areas in Linden. So as you can see, we've broken them up into 4 different sections. On our website, which there'll be a link to this in a second, you can see that the map, you can enter your address, and then you can see these what we call shape files. So these blue or green or purple little boxes on there show the current locations where we would like to place green infrastructure. So the green boxes are the bump outs. The blue boxes would be regular rain gardens that would not be extending out into the street. So here's the link for that map. So we would like to really kind of hear your opinions. Some of the issues that are associated with bump outs are that they do permanently eliminate a parking spot. And so in some neighborhoods that is more difficult than in others. And so we really would like to understand better how that might impact the residents on these streets where we are planning these. And we also, though, some people think that these gardens would make the neighborhoods more attractive. And so what we would really like to do is hear how you feel like this would impact you so that our designers can either modify their designs or make some choices that would kind of be more amenable to the people that live in this neighborhood. There are 3 different ways that you can give us feedback on these bump outs. One of them is to attend one of our 2 public meetings that we will be having. We'll be having the first one on February 21st, and then another one March 14th at the St. Stephen's House. We also have provided with you, you're watching this recording because you've received a letter, and in that letter is also a paper survey if you would prefer to send your comments back to us either in the mail, or you can access that survey online and complete it that way. You can also just simply call us or email us, and we would love to talk to you if you have additional questions about any of the information that was presented here, or if you would like to make some comments or invite us to talk to you and a group of your neighbors. We are always available to do that, and so we want to make sure that everyone's questions are heard, answered, and that we are receiving as much feedback as possible from the community.